Friends, 1115 days of war between Russia and Ukraine. And you know that Russia has said no to 30 days ceasefire proposal by the Americans between Russia and Ukraine. And Zelensky has commented that Russia has negated the peace treaties in past more than dozens of times. I wonder when and where. Well, I am not for the war, but a permanent solution to the war, not only what is happening in Ukraine and Middle East, but globally. But let us see what is happening in the war zone. In south, in Zaporozhye regions, Russians advance south of Kamyansky. The pull and push continues here. And after recapturing Pyatikhatki, Russians have also advanced towards Mali Sherbaki. In Velika Novosilka or Remivka salient, the positional battle continuing and counterattacks taking place from both the sides while Russians have managed to creep forward little bit. Now coming to east in Kurakho, Pokrovsk sector. As far as Kurakho is concerned, by and large, there have been no changes. In Pokrovsk area, as per ISW, Ukrainians have made gains. On ground, Russians' offensive operation to reach highway to Mezova is continuing, and especially towards the influx of Solon and Vovicha river. Ukrainians have reached in the southern outskirts of Shevchenko and have now control over 50 to 70% of the village. In Toretsk sector, Ukrainians counterattacks in last 4 to 5 days. They have made some minor gains in Zabalka and eastern part of Pantilimonivka in Sukha Balka region. In Chasov Yar, Russians created new bridgehead behind Sivers'k Donetsk Donbass Canal in northern Chasov Yar and captured Novomarkovo. Also, Russians made gains in southern Chasov Yar. In Soledar Sivers'k region, Russians' offensive operations for Orikho-Vasilivka area continuing. They advanced towards Graiho-Rivka and east of Soko and Vantsety area. Russians' offensive operations for Vasyakivka continuing. Northeast Ukraine in Kupyansk sector, Russians made gains towards Figolovka, Novomlinsk area and in Topoli. They advanced approximately 7 to 600 meters from these areas towards Krasnoye, Parvoye and Kamenka respectively. Further down south, after taking over Zagrizovo, Russians advanced towards Boguslavka in northern outskirts. In Sudzha, as far as Ukrainians are concerned, they still hold some of the areas which is less than 100 square kilometer in Kursk region. Russians have taken over Zavolshinka and Rubanshina. In northern part of Sudzha, there are still pockets of resistance by the leftover Ukrainian troops close to Kazakh, Lokanya and in South Sudzha towards Guyevo. In Sumy direction, Russians' offensive operations for Basovka, which seems to be under Russians now, and Oleshnya continuing. In western suburbs of Sudzha, Russians have taken over Zileshanka and Goncharovka and have reached on the outskirts of Rubenshchina. Syrian President al-Shara signed a draft constitution based on Islamic laws. And that's all for the day. See you tomorrow.